It is so good to see the two of you. Like, it feels like the chemistry, the banter, the back and forth, the non-verbal. I mean, there are scenes where you're just like, you know what I mean? How did you actually lock into that? That dynamic, the brother sister.
That's so natural.
It was so easy.
How?
I don't think we rehearsed it. Like honestly, once.
No.
Even rehearsing how we bicker as a family or how we don't get along.
Yeah.
I know. I think everyone can just relate. Sorry, go.
That's all just great writing, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Great writing, and I think, like, I don't know, we have siblings, and even if you don't, like, you have somebody who's kind of like, I don't know, like, that bugs the hell out of you.
Totally.
But you have to love them because, I don't know, you're related to them.
You have to love them.
Oh my
Slash,
God.
you just do naturally love them.
You don't have to like them, but you gotta love them.
You gotta love them.
Yeah.
You gotta love them. I saw the video you posted of like the pranks and things like that on set. When did she ever get you really good?
Oh no! Oh no!
No, you never got me really good,
No,
did you?
I feel like you definitely probably got me more than I got you.
Did I ever get you?
Luke is such a, I'm sorry to say, but such a fascinating, peculiar person.
She is very sorry to say it.
She does an
I'm sorry to
impersonation
say
of me that
fascinating.
kills.
It's unbelievable. He's quite I would need a large open like space to be able to do it because it's just physical, but I
I
would
just
literally
walk around and
he
explore a
doesn't-
space.
It's so
Curious.
Even if you were to let
He's
me
a
loose in this
curious-
room, I'd walk
curious
around
man.
and be like looking
What's
at
this over
things,
here? Like, what
take
is it?
everything in.
Well, every time we would have any kind of a break, he would just have his shoes off, suddenly be in shorts. I was like, where did you get shorts?
yeah.
Honestly, no shirt. And walking around,
He's like, "Yes, this is
no
my life."
shoes on. And then I would be like, well, how was your lunch? He's like, do you see that, like, rugby field or whatever? We were in Australia. He's like, you see that rugby field? I just sprinted. I was like, how did you do that?
I was like,
In
why?
the last, like, 20 minutes. Or then I'd just be like, where's Luke? And he's just walking up a hill into the woods by himself. Just exploring.
Explorative.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
You gotta know your surroundings.
Unbelievable.
And like if the zombies come out, you gotta know where to go.
That's right.
You know what I
Where's
mean?
No,
the
I would
biggest stick?
actually look
Yeah.
to you. Yes.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great.
It is. I think a lot of fans, I have seen the response, are so excited to see your comedic side more, to see more of your humorous side. What did it feel like to be able to play in that space?
I mean, it was a dream for me. I told John Quaintance, the showrunner, I was like, I would do this every day for the rest of my life if you let me.
Really?
Because I get to come to work and be funny. Like, I have great jokes written for me.
Yeah.
And not everyone gets to say that.
It's true.
In every show. Like, I get great jokes.
Yeah.
I get to say. So I'm very grateful for that. I would do it for the rest of my life. This character in particular.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's got to also feel good to be able to have the kind of work where you can really lean on each other. You can trust the other
Yeah.
person in a way that's like, okay, I know that we got this.
Yeah.
It's not going to be any one person trying to carry the whole thing.
I know. It's wonderful.
We
It
both
was like
learned
a
lines,
team.
didn't we? We both learned lines.
We both? We had so many lines.
We had so many lines,
and we
we both
learned them
learned
and we
them.
said them
Professionalism,
together.
you know?
Honestly.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But they were good lines. I was very excited to say, literally from the first script I got, I was like, I want to say these lines.
Yes.
I want to see who they cast in these roles.
Yeah.
Every character, like the whole ensemble is just wonderful. And
It's
everybody
true.
they got was amazing. And yeah.
It's actually a good tip for writers. Is like you want to write lines that actors want to say.
Want to say.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they say, got to get this information across. It's like, no, make it fun for me.
Yeah.
Let me enjoy it. a
Yeah,
bit.
interesting.
Yeah.
Like, can it be more than just getting the information across?
Right.
Should be more to it than that.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say watching the show does make you feel like light. It does like kind of lift you up. Actually, there was a cameo in this with Brody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your husband. I feel like seeing him on screen. And the first question was, one of the first questions was, "Are you two married?" I was on the flip. No, now.
I know.
Was that even scripted? I feel like everything he did on the show was.
There was a bunch of things that weren't scripted that he did.
Yeah.
Like he cut the sexual tension with a knife with his hand at one point between us. He's like, "You two married? I'm gonna cut the sexual tension." He did that.
Come
And I'm like,
on.
this guy. So
Come
funny.
on. Whose idea was it for a cameo for him in the show?
I mean, well, we were going to be as a family in Australia all together, so it just made sense. And I mean, I'm not trying to say I got him the job, but
I did not give him the job.
Yeah.
I love it.
A little bit of nepotism there.
You know, but he brought it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He brought it, and always does. I'm going to tell you the one of the last moments I remember seeing the two of you together on screen that really lifted, I think, the entire room was his acceptance speech, where the love. Everybody was in tears. We didn't even get to you in the
you're just
shot.
saying it right now. I'm like,
Right? I mean, it was loving, it was kind. I think it was also like a reminder for all of us to pay attention to tender moments, to make tender moments with one another. But what did that feel like for you? What did that mean to you? I mean, it's a beautiful tribute.
yeah, I think that you said it. It is like, yeah, just a wonderful, wonderful moment, a wonderful night.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of him, and in his work, and all of his work for all the time I've known him. He puts so much of his heart into it, and he's so insanely good. And yeah, I'm just so proud of him and proud to be by his side.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was, and I know what it would have taken for him as protective of you and your relationship and his family as he is in that very public space.
Yeah.
Love on you that way. I was just like, oh, everybody get you an Adam Brody in your life. Oh my God. You couldn't love him anymore. You recently shared about Blair almost 2 decades later, and she still means something to people. It's incredible and it's fascinating. I mean, when you have to know that people are rewatching, discovering Gossip Girl for the first time, and that this work lives so far beyond the time y'all were on set. What does it feel like when new people come up to you and they're like, oh,
I know. It's unbelievable.
XO.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Well, now people are like, it's vintage. It's or sometimes I'm like, you weren't born yet when we started. There's a lot of that. Or even when we rap, like there's people who are just discovering it. And I do think it's kind of incredible because of a time and place. There was no social media. And I don't even think it was really happening when we there was no such thing as that when we started, really. So that was really of a time and a place. I think people are very nostalgic for that kind of thing because, we're so kind of, I guess, what is it? It's just like comfort, I think, for people, whether they'd seen it once or they want to, try it for the
first time.
For the first time. Yeah.
It's incredible. But it does make me think, and Luke, you brought up the point. It's a good point. When it's time to let the kids know what their folks do for a living, what is the first thing they watch? Is it the OC or is it Gossip Girl? Do you alternate episode? Like, how are you gonna choose?
You show them episode 7 of Good Cop Bad Cop.
I mean, they've seen the whole show.
Oh, there you go.
Both my kids have.
Yeah.
Oh, I
watched
love
the show.
that.
Because it's a show that I feel good about my kids watching.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Even
said
though there's
so-
some crime happening, but it's mostly pretty wholesome, comedy with some murder mystery stuff. But I think it's appropriate for kids.
So not so much on the Gossip Girl and the
I don't
OC
know.
of it all.
I don't think that. I think they might be too young. Is it by my standard, or I don't know? They watch pretty mature stuff, but maybe it's just their interest. I can't tell.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe that's next.
Oh, I just want their reviews.
Open up a
Yeah,
whole
right.
I
world.
want their reviews. Oh my
Yes.
God. Just even if it's just their voices, it would be so good. If there was a scenario where a Gossip Girl reboot was happening, would you be interested? Is there a world where you could be interested, or are you letting that lie?
There was a reboot.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking
there
about
was a reboot.
There was a whole new.
there was a
show.
reimagining.
True.
Right, but it was kind of it wasn't all the characters, but new cast. It was
Right.
they kind of figured out a way to include that history in it, so it was the same universe.
Right.
I mean,
Would you step back into Blair's shoes?
you know, I always say never say never.
Yeah.
So
If
you
the
never
price
know.
is right, that's what I say.
I know that's right, Luke.
That's what a lot of people say.
How much are we talking? Yeah. And where is it gonna air?
Would you like to negotiate for me?
There you
I
go.
will, yeah.
That's what a good brother does.
That's
a
right.
good brother does. Now, this is a bit of fun, but it's also so great because I think a lot of people, I have seen it online, and maybe you have seen it online, where people are streaming your music. It was 15 years ago, I think,
I
Country
know.
Strong, the anniversary.
Yeah.
It's kind of bizarre to even say out loud, but is there a world where you would get back in the studio?
Yes.
And make more music?
I would really like to. I have a little bit in, you know, I mean, man, time goes by. I want to say in the last 5 years I have. But I've been, yeah, just like, I don't know, focusing more on acting and then my kids. But I really do want to focus
More on music.
a little bit more on music, too.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Was it Cobra Starship?
Mm-hmm.
Good girl.
Yeah.
Gone Bad? I was like,
Good cop, bad cop.
you see what I'm saying? Like I feel like maybe I don't know.
No, they should actually do it, but with Good Cop, Bad Cop as the lyrics. I don't know.
Oh,
Work
that's
on
nice.
that. Work on that.
Yeah, do better, Luke. Do better. This has been such a blast. You are the bomb. Thank you so much.
Thank
Truly,
you.
truly, truly, you are the bomb.